Hello, welcome to Art and Nature Diaries. I'm in my studio and I've just thought, wow, isn't it incredible how time's flying? The project that I keep talking about is actually a group of friends who are artists, storytellers, narrators, and they put a performance together that they're going to be on stage giving to the public. And I went to their rehearsal and I was just so like, please let me do a painting, let me do something visual in the creative arts in terms of you know, providing something that I can offer. And they were enthusiastic and said, yes, come on board. So I recorded what they were doing, and I've been living with that recording and kind of feeling into, gosh, you know what, now that I've said that, what am I going to do? And then I had a kind of a vision, a picture of sort of an image. So I thought, oh, can I try and copy that somehow and yet be open to that kind of metamorphosing into something else. Sometimes I have visitors who come and I take them places and it's like, oh my God, this is such a beautiful wild place. Get the camera out, let's share it. So that will also be featured in this video. I love the name that soundings have given themselves. They say reverberations at the edge of wild, asking what does it mean to be wild, with the help of voices and of other species, wilding and our connection with the natural world. They explore through ecological narrative, storytelling, song and music, and that to me feels like a very good thing to do. They really inspired me, and I ended up having this dream. From the perspective of Earth, we can look up and look at the night sky with a full moon in it. But in my dream, I was actually seeing the Earth, like in a remote viewing, and it shone between two great big trees, and they felt like they were part of the wild wood. It was so informing to hear about the wild woods from Jude as she narrated the story of how the land used to be when there were aurochs roaming the country, and basically many extinct species have gone, but some of those were found depicted on the ancient cave paintings found in France. So I looked into that and also into the Yellowstone National Park, for she had also explained how wolves had been lost in that region and then reintroduced in about 1994, large predator, the wolf, and how by reintroducing them, the whole land rebalanced and healed itself purely because a vital part of itself had come back to it. For me, the current trees that may have still been around in those ancient times are the yew trees. I feel that I wanted to go out and have a really good look at them, so I did with a friend, and discovered that there was some quality there that had come up and out into my painting, into my work, for having visited these trees. They were certainly very present and beautiful. So I was just feeling the way that it splits like this and opens itself up in a way that exposing the roots and its internal spaces. And I've seen some yew trees turn themselves inside out, so they look like a hand, and you can stand in the center of them. I asked myself how to get in touch with the wild, how that was possible, and simply by going out into nature on a very windy, wild weather day was a way of doing it. So here I am, out in the middle of nowhere with a beautiful ruin and a lovely friend of mine. We're here on a walk, but I just thought this would be an absolutely brilliant idea to do an intro here, because there's something very ruinous about this building, and yet it's got a sense of, I don't know, it seems to be, what's the word?
It's become part of the landscape as well.
It's become part of the landscape. Yeah, the weight of the stone, and it sits here in all its colours. It's absolutely beautiful.
Being reclaimed by the wild.
Being reclaimed by the wild, absolutely.
Yeah, like everywhere.
The moss, the twigs, the little new shoots. This is where all the nature's coming in.
It's just literally like everywhere. Every little part of this has got now nature coming back in. Little spiders in there. I bet there's like mice and all sorts of little creatures that this is home for.
Yeah.
As well. The old fireplace.
Few mices.
Yeah. Birds, bats. And I wonder who lived here before. And how many people have sat around.
That looks like a pile of firewood.
It does.
And there was a fire up the top there. Can you see at the top there used to be a fireplace? There was.
Great.
Yeah.
Big project for Grand Designs.
I adore the way the light changes the colours, and so from sort of burnt siennas in a flash it turns to raw umbers and just a totally different palette. But I just adore these colours, and they will come back again in another painting for sure. The natural earth pigments have always been here and can be found on the cave paintings at Lascaux in France. And so, yeah, here are the pictures of buffaloes, which are still present in the Yellowstone National Park. So I'm just doing a bit of nighttime painting with not the brilliant of lights, but it's okay. I'll just get on with it. But I think that's okay. I've got a good sense of the colour going down, so. I don't know. I just feel I want to do something rather drastic. So, yeah. Oops. It's almost moose-like. Yeah. It's actually quite hard to paint and film at the same time, but. But I'm really pleased with it. I really am. Here is the dire wolf and sort of the buffalo bull type character here. The trees representing the wild woods, and then the planet Earth. So the Earth from another sphere, and that's in a way where I saw this image in my mind's eye as a vision, and I feel really happy that I've completed the painting, because it means that I can now move on and do something else. Great. So excited. So I'm really looking forward to creating my next video to show you what I get up to in the next painting for this project. If you'd like to know more or when that comes out, just subscribe and press the notification button.